So with that, we are going to close out our show with our final take, which is the Fitz take, in which we are talking about the Dallas Cowboys because they are the headliners of everything. And no, we're not talking about their win over the Commanders on Sunday. Instead, we're talking about after their loss to the Houston Texans last Monday, where Cowboy stars CeeDee Lamb and Trevon Diggs were reportedly shooting a music video at a club after the game against the Texans, a game where I believe Houston won 34-10. Um, Elijah,
That's you, bro. That's you,
take,
bro.
take off with that, man. I got my thoughts on this, but I'm gonna let you have an opportunity to take the floor on this one. How do you feel about these Cowboys players going out and shooting a music video after getting their butts whooped on national television?
Man, obviously, they don't care. Um, to be honest with you, I hate to say that about people that's in the professional field because honestly, I think they do have, I think their hearts in the right places, but I think sometimes they take it and they do stuff that doesn't make sense to me, and or to the world. After losing 34-10, um, I think it was at your house when you lost to Houston. You lost it at home. You decide to go to the club and shoot a music video. I'm not one for telling who to cope after you lose, but I don't think a music video appearance should be a way to cope. I don't think you in a club with a bottle and a bunch of women or whatever was around and should be a way to cope. I'm not saying that you should go back in there and watch the film immediately. Maybe you just need to be home in a dark room, just soak up or whatever the loss was. But we're in a social media time where cameras are around, and if cameras are around, they're going to pick up on stupidity. And this was stupidity. You don't go to a club after a game to celebrate like you just won a Super Bowl, a division, an NFC championship. You didn't win anything. You just got stomped on a mud hole out of. And you sitting there and want to pop a bottle? Hey man, we lost 34-10. Pop some champagne. Woo, nah. That ain't how it works. And I don't even feel bad for Jerry Jones because he created some of this stuff with his antics. But I think that getting paid, and this is how your leadership is in the locker room, because Trevon Diggs is the leader in the cornerback room, and CeeDee Lamb is the most played player in that receiver room, and they're the leaders. For them to be a leader and showing this way to the young guys after a loss like that on national TV, I should say, I think you should just start looking into who's really the leaders on these teams, especially on the Dallas Cowboys, because this isn't a good look for those guys. And dude, I'm happy I'm not a Cowboys fan. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm happy I'm not a Cowboys fan because yeah, that would rub me the wrong way until the tenure is gone from that team, unless they change a little bit. But I'm happy I'm not a Cowboys fan. That's all I'm
Bro, I'm trying to go back and find the picture when I was in high school, and I remember we played in the Superdome. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it because this gallery is so extensive. But when I was in high school, we played against Archbishop Rummel in the state championship game, and we lost by 1 point. And I remember uh, being hunched over on the carpet of the Superdome, the turf of the Superdome, and I was in tears, crying, bro. My coach had to come get me off the field because we had lost that game, and I just remember that feeling, man. I remember when we got to college, um, and we were my freshman year. We went 3-7. I lost more games my freshman year of college than I had lost in high school. And I remember after every game, bro, I would be in such a bad mood. I wouldn't want to talk to nobody. I was upset. And I didn't even play in my freshman year. That was basically like a redshirt year for me. But even my sophomore year when I started playing after a loss, bro, I'm not in no good mood. I don't want to go to no club. And again, like Elijah said, I'm not telling you how to cope. But after all of the blood, the sweat, the tears, bro, all these 5 a.m. workouts, all these power cleans, all these 110s that we done ran, all of this stuff, and we lose. And I would get to the locker room and dudes would be in there laughing. Bro, what is funny? What are we laughing for? Why is this a feel-good moment. We just lost. And then even more so for them as professionals, bro, this is your job. You had a bad performance on your job. That's like for us as reporters, we missing slot and we laughing about it. No, because if you keep missing slot, they're going to fire you. Keep losing and see what happens. Let them have lost today to the Commanders. Mike McCarthy's seat would have only gotten hotter. He's coaching in a contract year right now. I guarantee you he's not going to be back next year. He ain't going to be back. He ain't going to be laughing then. He ain't going to be popping bottles then. Hey, man, I get that you now have a lot of access. You have even more access to things to be able to do more of what you wanted to growing up because you have money now. You have the ability to pay videographers and go into clubs and have these private sections. And you can say, you know what? Let's shoot this music video. Bro, do that on your off day. Or better yet, in the off season. That's when you do it. When you in season, man, lock in. Lock in. This is the opportunity because now you are 4-7 in the regular season. So you have 6 more games to go. You still in the hunt for the playoffs. As horrible as you've been, you still have an opportunity to make the postseason somehow, some way, because you just beat the second team in the division, in the Commanders. You still have an opportunity, but because it doesn't mean as much to you, and I can't say how hard these guys work. I can't speak to that because we don't see that. But that to me kind of says that you don't care as much. We lost, so let me just go blow off some steam and do whatever I want to do. I ain't telling you to go and do back pedals on the field immediately after. I'm not telling you to go and watch film. Bro, I'm telling you to care about it, to show that you actually care about it. You know, obviously Trevon had his moment weeks ago with the reporter out of Dallas where he came out and he took offense to it. That kind of showed you that you care. That was a moment. I ain't saying attack all these reporters, but we need to see more moments like that, bro. We need to see that this is frustrating to you. We need to see like what Malik Neighbors said in the locker room after the Giants lost. That boy tired of losing. And he only been in the league for 11 games. He tired. He tired already. Because he cares. There's a sense of pride behind that. And he was out doing stuff on his off day. He had went to, I think it was a Ron Wave concert or something. It was during a bye week. I am not mad at that. Live your life. But to go and shoot a music video right after the game is over, the body not even fully cold yet, and you already done got married again. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. We got to do better. Guys have to do better, guys. But this is a new era. This is a new era. And, people are going to say that, back then people were doing crazy stuff. It just wasn't social media and all that stuff like that. They was wrong too. I don't care who you are. When you put in as much work as you do so I'm gonna walk you through what our typical week looked like when I was playing in college. Okay. We played the game Saturday. So you would get on a bus. If it was a road game, you got on the bus. You drove all the way back. If it was a far trip, you would ride all the way back. You might go to your room, sleep for a couple of hours. We had a team meeting at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then you had weights and film sessions, and you would flip-flop in between. Okay? No, we'd have team meetings after all of that. So you would come in, you would have weights and film, and you would flip-flop. So you might go and film and be in there for like an hour and some change. You'd have weights, and then we'd have a team meeting, and then we'd have what's called stretch and stride, where you go out to the field, you run, you stretch, you break a good sweat, and then you break it down. So that whole afternoon, you dedicated to football. You might go to church early in the morning, but the whole afternoon from like 12 o'clock to about 5, almost 6 o'clock, you dedicated to football. So for a good portion of my college career, a 12 o'clock game, I wasn't watching it. I might watch the first quarter of it. I was in a meeting. I was in the weight room. Okay? Monday, you have an off day. Tuesday, you got a team meeting that morning. You got class. You got meetings. You got practice from 3 to 6. You do it all over again Wednesday. Thursday, you have a 5 a.m. class, or excuse me, you have 5 a.m. practice, which is a little bit lighter. Friday, you have a walkthrough, and you do it all over again, week after week after week. So we doing all of this during the week. And we get to Saturday. Brother, I've been a part of losses 82-10. Do you think that I'm going to be kikiing after losing a game? Like, come on, man. I don't care who the opponent is. After doing all of that all week long, and in some weeks, brother, I remember my senior year, I rolled my ankle bad. I thought I broke my ankle. I rolled it so bad. So for the whole season, I had to go to the training room, ice and stem, wearing ankle braces. I had to get a cleat one size bigger because I would get my ankle wrapped, put a sock on, and an ankle brace on. That's how much reinforcement I needed on my ankle. My junior year, I sprained my MCL to the point where they had to take my knee up and put a brace on. So I'm going through all this same stuff while dealing with all of that physically. I got a broken finger like this to where it don't straighten out for the rest of my life. And you think I'm going to be laughing after a game? Child, please. But y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead and shoot your music video. Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.